So let's look at some of the exercises from chapter 28, the puol, and we'll start with number 1 here. We'll look at number 1. With number 1, I'll read the text here. Akupar im hapar haze. Here I have 3 root letters of a verb form that is, I believe this one's new in our chapter here, kafar. And I have a prefix aleph here. So this is clearly a 1CS prefix with no comet on the end. So that is looking like an imperfect 1CS. Now, what should jump out at us here is this dagesh forte in the root 2 consonant. And that dagesh forte tells me this is either PL or puol. And when I look at the vowel in a root 1, it's a U-class kibbutz. And that tells me that it must be the puol instead of the PL. And so I have to know what the verb kafar means in the PL to know how to translate the puol, because the puol is the passive counterpart of the PL. So kafar means to make atonement. So puol, to be atoned for, would be the sense there. So with the prefix aleph, I will be atoned for. I will be atoned for. Im is preposition with. Hapar haze. Par is a bull. Hapar is the bull. And then the ze word here is my near demonstrative. Remember, my near demonstrative is translated this and these, depending on whether it's singular or plural. Well, ze is masculine singular, and it matches par, which is masculine singular, and they both follow the haha rule. That is to say, this is an attributive position for the demonstrative. So it's the bull, the this. That is to say, this bull. So I will be atoned for with this bull. All right, so that's number 1. Let's take a look here at number 5. Number 5, and again, I'll read the text here. Shmo mukubad ma'od b'einei hakmei haaretz. All right, let's look at the first word. I have shmo. This is a 3MS pronoun over here. So it's his something. If you remember shame, everybody knows your name. His name. And over here I have mukubad. I see 3 identifiable root letters. Kavad. Actually, this is from the Cal stative verb kaved, which means to be heavy. And notice I have a dagesh forte in root 2. So that's PL or puol. Root 1 has a kibbutz, that's U-class. So that makes it a puol form. So this is a puol. And then the mem prefix in the puol and the PL is always the participle. When there's no ending on the participle, it's a masculine singular participle. And it's masculine singular because shame here is construed as masculine singular as well. So his name is, and the puol participle we will translate based on the meaning of the PL. Remember that the verb kaved in the Cal means to be heavy, or to be heavy in the sense of to be honored or honorable. The PL, to make someone heavy, or to treat someone as honored, that is to honor them. And in the puol, then to be honored. So as a participle, I'm going to translate this simply as honored. His name is honored, ma'od, exceedingly. So I'm adding the copula. Remember, null copulas happen frequently in Hebrew, where the verb to be is dropped. But we will definitely want to supply that in our English. So his name is, could be was, or will be, depending on the context, honored exceedingly, or greatly honored, b'einei, in the eyes of. Notice I have a masculine plural construct ending here. That's, in other words, that's a Canadian ending for ayin. Ayin is I. Einayim would be a dual set of eyes. and ene is the construct. So in the eyes of hak me. Here I have another construct form, and I see the Canadian ending here. This is the adjective hakam, which means wise, and the adjective is functioning substantively as a noun. So it's in a noun position as a construct chain. In the eyes of the wise men of, and my final noun is in the absolute, the land. In the eyes of the wise men of the land. So his name is exceedingly honored in the eyes of the wise men of the land. Number 5. Let's take a look at number 7 here. And I'll read this. Tuvu kashu velo timatsuu ba'aretz hahi. First verb has a bakash. We saw this a number of times in the chapter 27 homework. Bakash in the PL means to seek. Look at what I have. I have a dagesh forte in root 2. That's PL or pual. Kibbutz under root 1. That's U class commits me to pual, right? So this is a pual. Now I have a tav prefix and a shurik on the back end. So that's looking like an imperfect 2MP. Okay, so again, the PL, bikesh, means to seek, search for, pual, to be sought. So 2MP is you, plural, will be sought. You will be sought, or inquired of, or asked for. Velo timatseu. But not, there's my negative word. And then I have timatseu. My 3 verbal root letters are matzah. In the cal, this means to find. And I have the tav prefix and the shurik on the backside, just like I did over here. So this is likewise an imperfect 2MP. Now here's the question. What stem do we have here? Is this the PL or pual stem? The answer is no. There's no dagesh forte in root 2, right? What do I have? And by the way, the PL and pual have the vocal shava under their nutty prefixes. I don't have a vocal shava here, so I wouldn't want to go PL pual. Where do I see I-class vowels under the imperfect prefixes? Well, in the cal and the nifal, I'll see that. But where do I see a doubling dot in root 1? And a kametz under root 1? And the answer there is the nifal stem. So this is a nifal imperfect 2MP. So you will be sought, but you will not be found. Okay? You gotta make it nifal and passive. The cal means to find, nifal to be found. You will not be found. Ba'aretz hahi. Here I have the noun followed by the demonstrative hahi. This is the far demonstrative. Compared that to hazeh a little while ago, which was this. The far demonstrative means that. Okay? And this is feminine singular, hahi, because haaretz is feminine singular. This has an article on it, hahi. Is there an article on ba'aretz? And the answer is yes. The hey has been swallowed up by the bet, but the vowel pointing of the hey remains. Haaretz, add the bet, ba'aretz. Hey goes away. So it's in the land, that is to say, in that land. You will not be found in that land. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8, Ba Hekal Yehulal Shem Adonai Le'olam. Ba Hekal. Here I have an article that the bet has swallowed up. The article would have been hey pathak doubling dot. I can't put a doubling dot in the hey because it's a guttural, so it rejects the dagesh forte, but does not compensatorily lengthen the pathak of the article. So ha hekal would have been hey with a pathak before that, and then the bet swallows the hey but leaves the vowel of it there. So in the temple. And here's my verb, yehulal. You see the dagesh forte here in root 2. That commits me to PL or pual for the stem. The U-class vowel under root 1 commits me to pual. So this is a pual. The yod prefix tells me that this could be the imperfect, and no ending after the yod before, nothing after root 3, that's 3ms. Okay, so in the temple, something will be halaled, whatever that means. So the PL of halal means to praise, and so the pual would mean to be praised. All right, now what's the subject? What is it that will be praised? Here I have a construct chain. Shem Adonai, the name of Yahweh, is my subject. And what about it? The name of Yahweh will be praised in the temple. For how long? Le'olam, unto perpetuity, or unto long ages. That is to say, forever. Okay, so that's number 8. Number 9. Henena avicha zaken she'al memenu baracha. Okay, in the lesson, we learned about hene and hain. These are attention-getting words that draw attention to what follows. As I joked around, sometimes if you're being very, very, very slangy, you could maybe think of translating hene as dude or yo. All right. Many of our English versions have translated as behold. I'll go ahead and do that here. Behold, or here, see, look here. Avicha, your, there's the 2ms pronoun, ka, your what? Your av. Av becomes avi before pronoun suffixes. Your father. Now, that yod might make you think that this is plural fathers, but remember, if I have a yod before a pronoun, and if there's a single dot before the yod, the noun is singular. And any other vowel before the yod tells us the noun is plural. So this is a singular form of av. So see here, behold, your father, zaken, is old. Or if the context were right, if it were past tense, your father has become old. This is a cal stative verb for to be old. All right? So behold, your father is old or has become old. And then on the basis of that, this is a command, she'al. This is the cal imperative with no ending, makes it 2ms. Now you might be asking, how did you know that was a cal imperative? Well, the imperfect of she'al would be something like this, yish all. And that's the cal imperfect. If I want to make an imperative out of it, I chop off the head and I'm left with she'al. So that's the form, okay? So cal imperative 2ms. What does she'al mean? It means ask, ask. So ask, memenu. This is the preposition men plus a 3ms pronoun suffix. Now, you might remember that the new ending could also be with men a 1CP pronoun. So ask from him or from us, but there is no us in the context, although there is a father over there. So I would take this probably as the 3ms pronoun. So ask of him, baracha. This is what you're to ask of him, a blessing. So ask a blessing of him. Now, that's number 9. And number 10. This actually comes directly from Proverbs. Hain, tzaddik, ba'aretz, yeshulam, af ki rasha v'chote. Now, something that Ross doesn't tell you here about the word hain is this. Hain, it could be another form of hene as the attention-getting word. Here is, behold. Hain also, if you look in the Hebrew lexicon, could also be used as a conditional particle, if. Now, here, it could be rendered if, and if it is, then it would be something like this. If a righteous person, a righteous one, this is a masculine singular adjective, but notice that it doesn't occur with any noun that's also masculine and singular. That is to say, this adjective is functioning as the noun, and that's what we called a substantival adjective. So if a righteous person, masculine singular, on the earth, here the article has been swallowed up, the hey is missing, but its vowel is still here, so the bet, remember, is a hungry letter in the earth or in the land. So if a righteous person in the land, and then yeshulam, here's my verb, 3 root letters. Shalem is my verb, doubling in root 2. Dagesh forte tells me that's PL or pual. Kibbutz under root 1 tells me it is a pual. Yod prefix, no ending. This is imperfect 3ms. Okay? Remember, the PL, if you look at your book, in the vocab list, in the cow, shalem would be something like to be whole, to be healthy, right? And the PL, to make whole or to repay, to pay back, usually vengeance. So the pual here is to be repaid. So if a righteous person in the land will be repaid, will be paid back, and then we have this interesting expression here, and he gives you a little footnote. Off key here would be translated as something like, how much more? If this is the case, how much more rasha v'chote, a wicked man, again, this is another adjective, it's masculine singular, functioning substantively, how much more a wicked one and a chote. What is a chote? This is functioning like an adjective, but this is technically the verb chata with an OA pattern. We go back to a very familiar thing, a cow participle, masculine singular. Participles are verbal adjectives, and so as a verbal adjective, it can function substantively as well. So this is a wicked one and a sinning one. What is a sinning one? It's a sinner, okay? A sinner. So a wicked person and a sinner. So to go back here, if we take the hein as if a righteous one in the land is repaid, how much more a wicked one and a sinner? Meaning, if the righteous don't get off the hook, wow, then wicked people definitely will not get off the hook. All right. Now, I just want to make one more comment here about the adjectives that are functioning substantively. These are not articular. There's no article on these forms, sadiq, rasha, and chote. In Hebrew, the article could be omitted, and this could stand for generic class. A righteous one really stands for anyone who would fit that category. And so many of our English translations will categorize this. We'll treat this as a category of person, because it's not talking about one specific righteous man. It's talking about any righteous man. So you might see this translated as the righteous, right? So if the righteous is repaid in the land, how much more the wicked and the sinner? Okay, so just be aware that sometimes singular nouns like this with no article can stand for a class or a category of people. All right, so I hope that helps.